I'm really honored. I'm humbled to be in your presence. It's an important day in the history of RSS in Kerala. I'm happy to be part of it. I've been associated with RSS, Rashtriya Swayansevakshan. Outside India, for 36 years, I've been working in 45 countries. So, Hindu Swayansevakshan. And we have a Seva unit there. It is called Seva International. So, I'll tell a few things about RSS, Hindu Swayansevakshan, and Seva International. Once BBC was asked a question, which is the world's largest non-governmental youth organization. The answer given was, we do not have the data, the statistics, but we have our people all over the world. From the information we have, the largest non-governmental youth organization in the world is Rashtriya Swayansevakshan. People ask, what will be its future? RSS yesterday was the largest. Today it is the largest. For years to come, maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, I don't see any competitor in the field of character development anywhere in the world that will match RSS in its sacrifice, in its progress. In Kottayam, K.T. Thomas is a very famous name. He was a Supreme Court judge. He says, we all sleep peacefully at night. What guarantees our peace at the night? And he says, 4 institutions are responsible for our safety and well-being. One is Indian Army. Indian Army takes care, saves us from foreign aggression. Second is Constitution. Constitution gives equal rights to all the people, irrespective of their race, their religion, caste, creed, language. All the differences are taken care by our Constitution. All Indians are equal. The third institution is democracy. Every 5 years, we have the liberty to elect the government of our choice. And the fourth institution that takes care of the moral and social well-being of our country, he says, the Rashtriya Swayansevakshan. So my thanks to him. Sangha has trained more than 1 crore youth in patriotism. It has got 50 lakhs of youngsters working round the clock all over India. It has got 60,000 branches all over India. Outside India, 1,400 branches in 40 different countries. And we are doing Seva work. More than 2 lakh Seva activities are going on. It is one of the biggest in the world also. Gandhiji attended our Sangha camp in the 30s in Wardha, and he was astonished to see that children in their secondary schools sitting side by side and taking food. The Brahmins, the Sudras and the Dalits, all of them sitting together and eating. Nobody has any distinction. They play together, they pray together. So he said, this was my dream, but Dr. G has achieved my dream. I'll come to Hindu Swayansevakshan. In Sydney, I was in Sydney for several years. We organized Deepavali in Sydney Olympic ground. People have to pay $5. $5 you can imagine, 300, 400 rupees. As entry fee, 20,000 people assemble. That is where the Prime Minister, the opposition leader and the cultural minister, all of them want to attend our function because eventually many of them will be their voters. So they look at it from their angle, but they are happy they come and attend our function. Then, similarly, if you take Bangkok, we had arranged a huge Buddha exhibition. So many VIPs were coming. We do not know who are the VIPs of their country. And one person said, just now the person who is going around watching, he has broken all the protocol and has come. He is the Vice President of Thailand. When we organized a huge Hindu conference in Singapore, breaking the protocol, the President of Singapore, the phone comes, tomorrow our president wants to address your conference. It was a great day for us. So we welcomed him. So that is, in quality, we are second to none. And therefore, people from different walks of life, various prime ministers, presidents, want to associate with Hindus themselves. And the list is very big. So I will not tell from country by country how many prime ministers and presidents have come and appreciated our work. Because of shortage of time, I'll stop there. Then in Seva International, when I went to Fiji, the people there, a few lakhs of people there are of Tamil and Telugu origin. They were taken by the Britishers at that time, about 150 years before. They said, we have maintained our language up to this date, but our young children have forgotten Tamil and Telugu. We brought some professors from Madras University, but they could not deliver the goods. I said, give us a chance, our person will come and he will help you. So Vishwa from Tamil Nadu, and he was born in Andhra Pradesh. He was a pracharak for 10 years in Andhra Pradesh, then he was a pracharak in Tamil Nadu for 20 years, then he was a pracharak in Punjab also. So he knew English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu. So he was sent to Fiji. Those young boys who did not know Tamil till now, in 6 months' time, he organized a huge conference there. And the condition is nobody will speak in Fiji language or Hindi language or English language. They must speak only in Tamil or Telugu. Day-long program. Even if you want tea, coffee, etc., these are the Tamil words you have to speak. The parents were simply amazed. Some of them are in tears that my son, my children are able to give a lecture in front of so many people in changed Tamil and Telugu. That is the spirit with which Sangha works anywhere. Given a challenge, Sangha meets the need of the hour. Similarly, in Malaysia, there is a place called Cameron Highlands. The Prime Minister of Malaysia used to get a stinging letter from United Nations saying that in Cameron Highlands, so many people are committing suicide every day. The people committing suicide are all Tamil Hindus. It had the highest number of death rates, suicide rates. He said, do something, stop this. And they tried all methods, the collector was trying, the chief minister was trying, nothing worked. After 5 years, the Prime Minister got a letter. Congratulations, the death rate, the suicide rate has become normal. And please give us your report. How did you manage it? Because we want to do the same thing, practice in some other countries. Now the Prime Minister sent the letter to Chief Minister, congratulations, give me a report. The Chief Minister didn't know what to write. So he wrote to the collector, said, congratulations, give me the report. The collector knew very well that none of his methods have produced any results. But he has to give a report. What will he do? He sent his men, go and find out from village to village how this practice of committing suicide has stopped. And they came to this, that it is the Seva International, it is the Hindu Association, working silently in Cameron Highlands for 5 years, have brought about a change in the thinking of the people. In so many families, the parents said, I was a drunkard, I was a drug addict, now I have become pure, I have left all those habits. I used to beat my wife. So these are the reasons why the families are breaking and they were committing suicide. All this has come to a stop because of the sincere and selfless activities of our Sangha members. That's why it is called RSS, means ready for selfless service. And same way we have our activities and our achievements in various countries of the world about this Seva International. I'll skip those. I'll come to, today is the anniversary date of Sri Guruji. And some of his books will be on display for you. And some of the books are already there. He was the second chief of RSS, second president of RSS. Sri Guruji's William Shearer had written a book called The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. It is about Adolf Hitler. In that book he says, Hitler rose to greatness or rose to popularity. He became very popular in a short period because of intense hatred for the Jews. So the people started asking, Sri Guruji, your organization RSS also has become very popular. What is the secret of your success? And this is where the genius of Sri Guruji lies. He always draws a bigger lines. he took that word intense and changed it. He said, intense love for the Hindu society is the secret of our success. And you can understand, it permeates, it is translated into action. Whenever there are some accidents anywhere in India, when there are earthquake in Bhuj, our volunteers are the first to enter there and they are the last to leave that place. When there was tsunami in Sri Lanka, the Sangha Swayamsevak, 700 of them were working round the clock in tsunami affected areas. That is why Sri Lankan government is highly appreciative of our work. So this is Guruji said that intense love for the Hindu society. Similarly, there was discussion in the 50s about whether Gandhiji is the father of the nation. So one group of people saying that he is the father of the nation, and the leader of the opposition at that time, Ram Manohar Lohia, strongly opposed it. He said India is an ancient country. We cannot have a father of the nation coming in the 20th century. So one group saying yes, he is the father of the nation. Some group say no, he is not the father of the nation. Now you ask such a question to Guruji at that time. How will you answer? If you say yes, you are in the bad books of other group. If you say no, you are in the bad books of some group. But he drew a bigger line. He said, Bharat is an ancient country. The mother of us is Bharat Mata. No doubt Gandhiji is one of the greatest sons of Bharat Mata. No matter how the son big is, he is still the son of Bharat Mata. So we respect Gandhiji for that. So he drew a different line and therefore nobody could question. So this is the genius of Guruji. There are so many geniuses about him. Once one person from Kerala, he was working he was a journalist in Delhi in the year 1948 when Guruji was in a solitary confinement in a jail in Madhya Pradesh. He wanted to meet him and take his interview. But when he came to that jail in Madhya Pradesh, they told that we don't have any authority to allow you to meet him. He is under solitary confinement. He said, no, I spoke to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and he said, go and take his interview. He said, they may be true, but we don't have any letter. In fact, the letter came maybe a few days later, but then he had no time. So he sent his card to Guruji. And with a note, I wanted to meet you, but I could not meet you. 15 years later, Guruji was traveling in Kerala. At that time, he met so many people, and one person said, my name is so-and-so. He said, I know you very well. In 1948, you wanted to meet me, but you could not meet me. Are you not the same journalist? He was shocked. Guruji has never met me, but he remembered my name and immediately connected it. So like this, many anecdotes you will find in these books. Now I will come to the next. Kerala, yesterday, today and tomorrow. Let me see how much time. Sometime is there. Kerala, yesterday. We have gathered under the name of Kurukshetra. What is Kerala's relationship with Kurukshetra? 5,000 years before, the war took place in Kurukshetra between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. The king of Madurai, the Pandya king, he fought on the side of the Pandavas. Now, what did the king of Kerala do? And who was the king at that time? The king of Kerala did not fight on either of these two sides. On the other hand, he took up a very big, challenging job. I will feed the armies of both the Pandavas and the Kauravas. That was the work done by the king of Kerala. His name is Udayan Cheraladan. You can go into the internet and see that. That is his name is. Now I come to the next one. 2,500 years before, the first group of non-Hindus to enter, they entered in Kerala. They were the Jews from Israel who came as refugees here because they were thrown out by the Babylonians, by the Assyrians. So they came here as refugees. They stayed here for 2,000 years. Sometimes later, some refugees came to Maharashtra also, in a place called Alibag. For 2,000 years, they lived in Maharashtra and Kerala. And after 2,000 years, when Israel was formed, in the formation of Israel also, Indians have played a big role. And when they went back to Israel, various country people from Israel, they came together in Israel. Some are German Jews, some are Spanish Jews, some are Jews from African countries. And they said, for 2000 years we were tortured, we were butchered, our women were all kidnapped. Everywhere it is a sorrow story. But the only exception were the Jews who went from India and said, when Tipu Sultan came and attacked us and he wanted to convert us and destroy our synagogue, when the Portuguese people, they wanted to come and destroy our religious places and wanted to convert us to Christianity, the Chera kings, they fought on her behalf. They told us to stay in our palaces and they fought, and the Chera king died in the process but did not allow them to come and harm us. Therefore, every Indian Jew in Israel will say, Israel is my fatherland, India is my motherland. Israel is in my blood, but Bharat Mata is in my heart. I thank all of you for having shown such great magnanimity. We have written a new history unheard of in the world civilization. So, Kerala yesterday, Kerala gave a chief minister to Tamil Nadu, the most popular chief minister, M.G. Ramachandran. But 100 years before, Tamil Nadu gave a great saint to you. Because of him, he was the guru of Narayana Guru, he was the guru for Ayyankali, he was the guru for Chattambi Swamigal, he was also guru for Swati Tirunal and guru for Raja Ravi Varma. Such illustrious people were all created by one saint coming from Tamil Nadu. How many of you know his name? And his samadhi is there in Thiruvananthapuram, Tekkadu Ayya Swamigal. He comes from Payadi and Tamil Nadu. So we should exchange these people like this in the years to come. Then, in the year 1914, Raja Mahendra Pratap Singh was elected as the President of India. Who was the Prime Minister elected? He was from Kerala. Dr. Chanbagaraman Pillai was the first Prime Minister, elected Prime Minister of India. The second Prime Minister to be elected in 1943 was Subhash Chandra Bose. The third Prime Minister to be elected in the year 1946 was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. The selected Prime Minister in 1947 happened to be Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. But people have forgotten the first Prime Minister, Dr. Chanbagaraman Pillai, who later on stepped down because India is still under the Britishers. So let me become the foreign minister, go to Germany, go to Europe and get some help from them to fight in this war. So that was then 1000 years before, Adi Shankara went all over the world, all over the country and united the country. The same work was done by another great man from Kerala. Whenever India was in crisis, some person from Kerala has come and saved Bharat. 2500 years before, Chanakya went from Kerala all the way to Magadha Samrajya, saved our country. 1500 years before, Aryabhatta went from Kerala, went all the way to Ujjain and brought great revolution in thinking, in mathematics, in astronomy. Then Kerala School of Astronomy is also an astronomy figure. Hardly much is talked about in these days in universities. But I am coming to 1947. Who united the whole country? It was V.P. Menon, who went from city to city, from king to king, all the royal families, and said, give it in writing that you are merging with India. The book on integration of India is also written by V.P. Menon. I consider him as one of the greatest IAS officers India has ever produced. Then we come to 1950. Today, Bhagavad Gita is taught in all the universities of the world, all the major universities of the world, and it is part of their management system. Since it is taught in foreign countries, it is taught in America, definitely it will come to India also. Till then, we will not touch Bhagavad Gita with even a test tube. So this Bhagavad Gita went around the world by whom? Balakrishna Menon of our Kerala. When I say Balakrishna Menon, many of you may know, many of you may not know. is none other than Swami Chinmayananda, who went country to country speaking in English language. For the first time, Bhagavad Gita was propagated on public platforms. Thanks to him. Many people must have told him that this is nonsense, this should not be done, it should be taught only in the Gurukula, etc. But somebody has to break the chain and take it to the world. I have seen the royal family of Bahrain attending his lectures. So this is the power of a Kerala man. They changed the history. Same way, in the year 1980, when organized a huge conference in Singapore, breaking the protocol, the president of Singapore came. Who was the first Kerala man to be the president? He was Devan Nair. In 1981, he became the president of Singapore, much before K.R. Narayanan became. And Kerala today, every country has a missile man. We also have Abdul Kalam. Some people may claim that Abdul Kalam is from Kerala. Some will claim that he is from Tamil Nadu, because border states were all drawn only in 1947. Much before that, the borders were little fluid. Anyway, which country has a missile woman? The only missile woman in the world. She is also called Agni Putri. She was the project director of Agni 5. If China will not attack India, the only guarantee is Agni 5. And who made it? S.C. Thomas of Kerala. So that is Kerala today. You have got solar ferries, and then in solar technology, floating solar plant is there, and the airport of Cochin is totally solar. These are all unique in the world. So these are world records. And in wealth, our tourism, because of Ayurveda, oil massage, and because of the Gulf money coming, Kerala's GDP is far better than the average GDP of India. But there are three things in which I don't see in the years to come anybody will break that record. Going to rule in the next 10 years, just imagine the power of this internet and the power of this unicorn. They will be ruling the whole world. This much intelligence Indians have. We don't have to worry about chat, GPT. Otherwise, it is a threat for most countries in the world, and India will be required to help them out. Then, India is number one digital transactions. We have that UPI, Unified Payment Interface. Even a small shopkeeper in a village is selling only bananas. He is just carrying his cart. He also has that QR code, and you are able to pay instantly. This is the power. 40% of the transactions in the world, digital transactions, are from India. India is marching ahead, well ahead of America and China in this digital technology. Then we have startups per day. India has overtaken America and China. Number of downloads per day. Indian youth are downloading, their capacity is more than the sum total. America plus China, India is downloading more, uploading more. So India will be visible in the internet world in the years to come. India will walk over many countries. And rate of growth, India's rate of growth 6.8 is the highest in the world. And foreign direct investment is the highest in the world in India. So this is how today's India is. Do we talk about today's India or we lament about yesterday's India? The choice is yours. And in today's India, and you want to know what India will be tomorrow. In the year 1944, knowing something behind, tomorrow you have to look a little behind. If you want your arrow to go farther, you have to pull it back more. In the year 1947, our GDP was only $40 billion. In 2007, it took 60 years for India to reach $1 trillion. But today we are $3.8 trillion, 3 times more than that. In 15 years, we have become 3 times greater. Now, 7 years before, we were 10th in the world in terms of wealth, that is GDP. In 7 years, we have come to the 5th position. That means we have gone ahead of England, France, Italy, Brazil, and Russia. So naturally, they will be very, very jealous of you. Maybe Russia is your friend, but others will be your enemy because you have beaten them. And then, in 1 year, we are going to overtake Germany. So they will also be very jealous of you. And you must have seen what cartoon they had printed last month, that showing their ugliness. And in question of 3 years' time, we will overtake Japan and China. Why I'm saying China? People say China is very, very high. How are you talking of China? All are false. All the accounts that the China gives is wrong. So we have to find out what is the real wealth of China in a different way. Today, artificial intelligence is able to tell you what is actually happening inside China. So satellite picture, they have taken the wealth of China based on number of street lights. A country which is rich will have more street lights. Obviously, you go to Hong Kong and see tonight, dazzling, because it has got high purchase power. Similarly, the number of cars that run on the street, that also an indication of their road, their transport, how they manage their wealth. In all these various other parameters are independently finding because of artificial intelligence, China is little ahead of Japan. In 3 years we will overtake Japan, then in 4 years we will overtake China and we will become number 2 in the world. And remember that no country will like a country like India, which was diverse, which has got so many other qualities. We were under the Britishers, we were under the Europeans for 200 years. They won't like you to become number 2 and challenge America and become number 1. America has a problem. The number of children born in America, most of the children are born in the hospital, so they have the record. The number of white children are less and the non-white children are more in their country. In 20 years, the voting will totally change. The non-whites, that is the black, that is Negroes, and the histrionic people are going to decide the fate of that country. At that time, they will take revenge on the white men because 500 years they have treated them very badly. The only community with which they will be friendly will be Indians. So Indians have a great opportunity in America also. America without Indians it will fall flat in the years to come. So we have great opportunity around the world. Now tell you little about Hinduism around the world. There is a church in Georgia where the padri is telling all the people, look here, say namaste. The people just say namaste. No, say loudly namaste. He goes on shouting namaste, namaste, namaste. And everybody is saying namaste. Then he says Namaste. Namaste means the divinity within you salutes the divinity within me. Nobody in the world has ever told you that there is a divine force in you, a divine force in me. And that's why when two Americans meet and they will discuss and there's a difference of opinion, each one takes out a gun, shoots at the other. The gun culture in America is the worst. So many people have died because of this gun culture. So, nobody told that there is a divinity in you. Unless people come to know, say namaste in the world, there will be no peace in the world. Who is saying? The priest, the pastor, Eddie Smith. Now, see what is happening in the Arab world. In the Arab world, where people are asking whether Ayodhya will be built, Mathura will be built, Varanasi will be built, my standard answer for last 15 years has been, Ayodhya will be built, but before that, Abu Dhabi will have a grand Hindu temple. Mathura temple will be built, but before that, Mecca and Medina will have grand Hindu temples. And Varanasi temple will be built. Before that, you will have Vatican, there will be a huge Hindu temple. Just go on saying the contours of the world are changing. Many people are coming towards Hinduism. There is a lot of opportunity for you in Iran. People are throwing away their burqas and their hijabs. If somebody can speak Arabic language, if he can speak Iranian language, if he can speak Mandarin language and speak about Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata, millions of people are ready to watch your YouTube. They are ready to listen to your speeches. So there is high time that Indians start sending their people who can speak in Urdu, who can speak in Arabic, who can speak in Mandarin. Such people are required. We have mastered the Western world, English-speaking world. We have to master other languages. Russian and Ukraine, when our people go there and talk of Ramayana and Mahabharata, there will be no war in between these two countries. What is happening in Abu Dhabi? A huge temple is coming. What is happening in Saudi Arabia? They have a book called Vision 2030. Just go through that. There, Yogasan and Ayurveda has become compulsory in the schools. Ramayana and Mahabharata has become compulsory in Saudi Arabia. The child is asking the mother, who is Maricha and why did... So questions on Ramayana, the mother doesn't know. So she's talking to her friend in Kerala and somewhere. She's talking to her Indian friends in Saudi Arabia. Please tell me because my son has to write this homework. So Arabic parents are also learning Ramayana because of their children. Lot of changes are taking place. You might have seen many Arabs in their Arabic dress, the ladies in the burqas, all singing Sanskrit bhajans. These are all becoming more and more popular. So there is, on one side, we have the highest number of child mortality in our country, the infant mortality in our country, and neonatal mortality. It is worse than Nepal, it is worse than Pakistan, it is worse than Sri Lanka. We have to take care of this also. With this baggage, we cannot become number 2 and number 1 in the world. I will just end with 3 incidents that took place very recently. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi went first to Japan. There he met the President of America, Biden. Joe Biden says, 20,000 applications have come to White House that they want to be present in your dinner in your honor. He is going to visit them in few months' time. It has never happened in the history of America. I do not know what to do. So please give me your autograph, he was asking. The same night he reached Papua New Guinea. The Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, James Marape, broke all the protocol, went to the airport, and you all must have seen, he touched the feet of Narendra Modi. And he said, for me, Narendra Modi is not a guest, he is not an atithi. He is my Guru, Bharat Mata is my Guru. He is the Guru, not only, he was representing all the Fiji Pacific Island nations. For all the Pacific Islands, India gave free supply of vaccine. Therefore, they consider India, when we were dying, big countries never helped us. They stopped all their medicine for the second wave and the third wave. But India was gracious enough to give it to us at cost price to many countries without any price. We gave them free. That is why many countries in Africa and Latin America, they are celebrating 15th August as National Day for them because we have been helping them. Turkey has been against us, but we have been taken. We went there and helped them. Then, breaking all the protocols, Narendra Modi was given a gun salute by their army. So that is also a great thing that in Papua New Guinea. Then he went to Sydney. A huge gathering was there. The Prime Minister came there, even though he was not the invitee. The Prime Minister, the various ministers and the mayor all came breaking the protocol. And the Prime Minister said, such a great gathering never happens for any person in Australia, including the celebrity stars. But this is the, therefore he says, Narendra Modi, you are the boss. So on one hand, we see that so many countries are already started calling Bharat as Vishwa Guru. We have a baggage of child mortality and a few other things. If we take care of our difficulties, in the years to come, nobody can challenge us. We will become Vishwa Guru. Dhanyavad. And again, Kerala can show the way. Kerala has always stood to the need of the hour. We sent one Chanakya, we sent one Aryabhatta. Now we will send some people to Arab countries to speak in Arabic language because we have got a lot of people in Arab countries who will be able to speak in Arabic language. Your children, let them speak Ramayana, Mahabharata. India will be one across the globe. Dhanyavad.